Well, while Ohio is always a critical swing state in presidential elections, there's another election here with nationwide implications.
Local 12's Jeff Hirsch looks at the battle for the U.S. Senate.
As goes Ohio, so goes the country. In other words, the Senate majority is probably going to be determined by this race in Ohio.
Rob Portman is walking a political tightrope. The incumbent Republican senator has endorsed Donald Trump but not exactly embraced him, although there was more of a verbal hug today.
I got to tell you honestly, having talked to people and talking to you all, I believe we are more unified than ever after this week, and that's even before we hear from Ivanka and Donald Trump tonight.
Portman is locked in a tight Senate race with former Ohio Governor Ted Strickland, the Democrat.
Now look, I'm running against a guy who's just got a terrible record.
For Portman, getting too close to Donald Trump could alienate independent voters.
You're the senator from Ohio. Would you have liked to have spoken at the convention?
No, as you can tell, I've been real busy going nonstop, and I've actually had a great week. I've really enjoyed it. We've been able to do some things that help people in Cleveland through the Habitat build, which I've been there 2 days, and help our wounded warriors with our event on the Cuyahoga River. I've enjoyed being down on the convention floor.
Donald Trump is in many ways the worst nightmare for Rob Portman's re-election chances.
Democrats are trying to tie Portman to Trump, believing the Donald will go down to defeat and take Portman with him.
His main message in Ohio is whoever negotiated all those terrible trade deals was really, I won't use Donald Trump's word, but really didn't do a good job. That's the nice way of saying what Donald Trump would say. Well, Rob Portman is that person. He was the trade representative.
Portman says he agrees with Trump on some trade issues, but not all. One advantage Portman has over Strickland, at least for now, 4 times the campaign cash. One of the interesting things in this race is that each side is criticizing the other for being a Washington insider. Rob Portman was a member of Congress. He worked in the Bush administration as trade negotiator and budget director, and now he's in the U.S. Senate. That's a lot of time in Washington. Of course, Ted Strickland was a congressman for a long time, and then after he lost the governor's race, he went to Washington to work for a liberal policy group. So in this regard, when they criticize each other about being a Washington insider, they're both correct. In Cleveland, Jeff Hirsch, Local 12 News.
Ahead at 5, Jeff takes a look at the lighter side of the convention, and at 6, what Donald Trump needs to do to lure undecided voters. Stay with Local 12 News. As the GOP convention comes to a close tonight, we will have team coverage from Cleveland, and we will again have next week's Democratic National Convention in Philadelphia. We'll be there, and remember, you can see all of our convention reports at local12.com.